cool. He's moving, I'm just gonna move with him right here. There we go. I'm just gonna let it sit on. I'm gonna pull it off another time. He's still wanting to be relatively worried about it. And the goal here is for me to always be the one to pull it off. You know, I go too fast, I miss a step, and this colt jumps forward, and the saddle comes off. But we just taught him how to get it off. And that's what he thinks he needs to do every time to get that saddle off. So every time I want to be the one to pull this saddle off. We're just going to keep a nice rhythm. I'm not going to tiptoe around him, but I'm also not going to just slap my girths down on him. You know, that wouldn't be very fair. Keep rubbing on him, just like I was saddling a good old rough horse, but I'll take some breaks and rub on him for a second.
I can't believe he's not throwing a bigger fit.
On these colts, when you go to cinch them up, we're going to want to wrap it up 3 times because a lot of them will suck a whole lot of air.
I have to say it shocks me.
And if you go ahead and buckle it, there's a good chance your saddle's going to roll. So I can wrap it 3 times right here. I got it wrapped now. When this colt wants to bolt, all I have to do is hold on to my tail. It'll pull my saddle tight, and with those 3 wraps, it'll hold. And I don't have to worry about a saddle rolling and getting in a bad wreck. My back cinch, I'm not going to let it hang. I'm not going to cut him in 2 with it, but I dang sure want it snugged. Ooh. Ooh.
Yeah.
I'm going to start sucking this down right here.
Huh.
He's pretty stiff right now, and I think he's got a pretty good hump in his back. Put this up, keep a rhythm, and instead of letting him take off forward, running, bucking, turning him loose and saying, watch this, I'm going to break that hip loose. There we go. Come this way. He's getting pretty tight right here. So we're just going to move this hip around until he wants to relax down a little bit. There we go. There we go. And we're just going to keep working right here. Not going to get in a rush to do anything. There it is. I progressively build with my energy. So I start without even swinging that rope. I'll build just swinging it slow. Get to where I'm swinging it pretty fast, and then I'll slightly start to pop. He's wanting to relax down right here, so we're going to give him a break. Still pretty worried about it, but he's trying for me right now, and that's all I can ask. Just going to step in here and rub on him right quick.
Oh my goodness. I'll have to try to make it back in.
Since he didn't buck, we're going to go ahead and unsaddle him right here.
The one at 2:30 isn't even hold it rope.
Just with how worried he's wanting to be. Just show him that, hey, you know, it's okay. It'll still come off. I'm not going to worry about putting my cinches up or anything. Just pull it down, throw that pad on top of it, and let him look at it.
That was on me?
Yeah. At this point, we're not going to worry about our tact. And if he wants to bite it, if he wants to paw on it, that horse is worth a whole lot more than that saddle if he gets started right. So we're going to let him do whatever he likes right here.
He's listening to him. He's pawing.
Let him realize that old saddle isn't going to hurt him. Does anybody have any questions about what I've done so far? No, we're good.
Nope, just in shock. I think his name should be George. George? Curious George.
Alright, he's getting a little bored with it. There we go. I'm going to step right back in and get him saddled.
He does have a very nice name. He's not too bad. He's actually a registered name.
When I go to saddle these colts,
Really?
I'm always going to stand up by that shoulder. I see a lot of people, they'll go to swing a saddle and they're getting back here. That's a good spot to get kicked. So we're always going to want to stay up at the shoulder.
It all depends on how
Weight
tall
on him
he
right
is,
here.
yeah. That's why he's so big.
And I don't hide that saddle from him, but I dang sure don't just throw it up there like he's the good old ranch horse.
I don't want to miss anything.
Let it go, pull it out. Not going to tiptoe around it, but I'm not going to rush through it. Make sure that saddle settles good. Do the exact same thing. We're going to run it through 3 times. Hold on to that tail.
I appreciate the understanding from
I'm going to go right in and move to that hip again. I want this colt to do the right thing every time, so everything I can do to help him do that, we're going to try. A win for this colt's a win for me. There we go. He's stiffening up right here, just not wanting to pay attention. He's too worried about that saddle. I'm just going to keep working. I'm not going to get mad at him. See how straight he is right here? He's very, very stiff through his hips and rib cage. So we're going to try to get in here to a spot. Not going to fight him right there. We need those feet to move right here. There we go. We're release. There we See how this colt, he gets worried and that first step is towards me. That's what we're going to try to get out of him a little bit. There it is. There we go. Licking his lips right now. Starting to relax a little bit. There we go. See, he's never been told no when he wants to be close to somebody. He got a little frustrated. He said, hey, something that's on me is not normally there. I want it off. I told him no. He got a little aggravated. We're not going to hold a grudge on him or anything. We're not going to get mad, start a fight. He got a little frustrated. I sent him off. I'm going to put him to work. And that's how we'll change that attitude. I'm going to step out in front of him right here. Ask him to go the other way. There we go. He's still pretty tight right here, but we've definitely had some positive changes. Step out in front, point where I want him to go. There we go. And then to stop him, I'm going to ask that hip to come around. I'll just lift that hip all the way around. He's not giving it to me. There it is. There it is. Now I'm just going to let him think about it right here. You can see he's starting to work his mouth and flare his nostrils. He's a little bit aggravated right now. He acts like he's never been told no. And we're going to instill that in him, let him know that it's okay. Step out in front of him. Oh yeah, a bunch of nasty stuff. Typically by now would have asked this colt to go ahead and lope. Right there, he wanted to get a little aggravated. So here, I'm going to help him through this. I know a lot of people that say, go ahead and let him buck. I'm not going to stop him, but I'm going to redirect him right there, break his hip back loose, and try to help him through that and show him there's a better way. But what I was saying is, typically I would have already loped this colt, at least on the lead rope by now. And this ground's pretty slick right along the edges, and it's a pretty dang small pen, so we're going to be happy with this trot. Once we can consistently change that direction, we'll go ahead and start getting on. We want to set this colt up for success, and if I can't change his direction on the ground, I'm gonna have a real hard time doing it from his back. Just gonna step out, point where I want to go. See, stiff, stiff, stiff right here. There we go. And I'm not gonna send him around 20 laps and try to trot this colt into the ground. I'll send him around once or twice and then go ahead and change that direction. If he had done it exactly how I wanted it the first time or two around, we would have went ahead and got on him. We're not trying to get him tired, we're trying to get his mind. Right there, he had zero respect for me. Rather than stopping 10 feet away like he has been, he went ahead and trotted all the way up to me. There we go. Send you back the other way. See right here, we're pretty stiff going to the right. There it is. And this is where it becomes a waiting game on my part. And, you know, I could sit here and pull this colt around and make him go the way I want. But we want to create a nice, soft, confident colt. There we go. And the only way to do that is to make all these things their idea. So I'm sending him around there. He does what I like. I'll let him walk, relax a little bit. And that's his release, going back on the release deal. That's where he's learning. He's not learning from all the circles he's trotting, all the turns I'm asking. He's learning from when it all stops. There we go. I'm going to keep that energy down and just let him find it that he does not have to trot right here. There we go. Ask him to change directions. There we go. Perfect. Ask that hip to come around right here. It's pretty stiff. Really stiff. We're going to ask him to come around. And we're going to stay real consistent right here. There it is. I'm going to get in here and stay real consistent with him. There it is. Oh. We're just going to keep going round and round until his feet stop. And that's when he gets his break. There we go. Come back over, check my girth right quick. So to prepare him for me crawling on, we're going to rub on him a little bit. Break that hip loose again. There we go. This colt's really insistent on stepping into me and trying to bully me right here. There we go. Step in here and just rub on him, let him relax. I'm going gonna wiggle this right stirrup a little bit as if my leg's over there. Yep. Closer right there. It keeps moving. Is that better? That one better? Okay. So we're just gonna rub on the right side of his body right here, just like my legs over there. And I'll step away and release. Go back in. We'll move this left stirrup quite a bit. Let it flop on him a little bit more than it has. Reach back over and move that right. There we go. Get some positive changes right here. Steps in to block me off, and I'm just going to push him off me. There we go. Just rub all over and reach back by his tail. Pull on that side a little bit. And release. There we go. Step back in here, grab our stirrup, bounce a little bit, and release.
I need to be taller. I think you and me both.
Come right back in. Grab our stirrup, bounce, and I'll step up, right back down. Just like everything else, I'm going to go in baby steps and showing them there's always a release. Rub on him right here and release. I'm trying to get my weight as much in the middle of the saddle as I can, just to relieve the pressure on his back of that saddle wanting to roll over. Cool. Rub his belly right here. We're going to start swinging that leg over. I want to rub him right on his butt. There we go. Same deal again. Coming over and release.
Be in that kind of shape.
This time we're going to go all the way over. And as soon as I hit that saddle, I'm going to step right back off. Right there.
I'm gonna go check on my girls. Okay. Talk to you later. Okay. Thanks, Myrna.
Yep.
A rub on him.
Thanks for bringing it
That's
in.
it.
He's doing fantastic.
Robert was just being quiet and consistent.
Mm-hmm.
There we go. Cool. his feet together.
So remember this next year.
And I'm just gonna start rubbing on it.
I don't want any more colds. It's such a damn headache.
Get off one more
It
time.
doesn't even seem to bother him that he's sitting on that muscle.
I want them at least to have 30 days on. I don't enjoy the first few rides. Onward doesn't.
I'm
bother
just
me,
gonna
it's the rides. This part.
I've never been bucked off one while I was petting them, so I think it's a pretty good idea. We're asking to move those feet right here. There we go. I didn't care where his feet went, just the fact that he's moving his feet. And notice I'm not sitting up here like a statue in this colt. You know, I'm resituating, I'm moving around, letting him know that, hey, it's okay. If I shake that leg a little bit, you don't have to be scared of it. There we go. I'm just gonna pet on him right here. Felt him tighten up, so I asked that hip to come around. He gave it to me just like a champ. I'm just gonna pet on him. Reach back that other hand. I don't want to hide anything from this colt. There we go. I can go back to rubbing on him right here. There it is.
Would you believe it?
And depending on, you know, how a colt's been, sometimes I'll pull him around a little bit the first ride. This colt, with how tight he wanted to get, anytime we asked him to change directions, we're just going to let him travel where he'd like. There we go. Usually right about now in the ride, I'm going to send him off in a trot. If he wants to go to a trot, I'm going to ride him through it. I'm not going to ask him to though, because of the ground. Most of those colts, they'll trot about a half round and then they'll kind of grab their butt one around. And if he decides to do that right by that gate, we might have some issues. But I'm going to try to keep some forward movement here. And like I said, you know, if he wants to go, I'm dang sure going to go. But I'm not going to try to push him into it. Last thing I want to do is the first time this colt tries to lope with somebody on his back, he wipes out. And then we have a trigger for him.
Looks like he wants to put down.
Mm-hmm.
Wants to be a rainer right here. We're just going to ease around. Everything's going good. I'm going to go ahead and flip this lid rope to the other side. Just try to send him to the right. There we go. Just rub on him. Every chance I get, I'm going to rub. All over. Right there, I'm just turning him just enough to keep him going to the right, and then go ahead and release. There we go. Right here, I'm going to flip that lead rope back over, send him back to the left. Release, there we go. I'm going to ask him to come right around and do a 1 rein stop right here. Just going to wait for him. There we go, off that. And as soon as I step off, the first thing I'm going to do is start stripping the saddle off of him. Give him every bit of release I possibly can. And walk away and leave him alone.
So you did pretty good. Hopefully Betty's as good as the baby horse.
So now, does anybody have any questions about what I just did? Pretty straightforward, I thought. That's more or less the way we go around and start our colts. Every colt's different, and not everything I did on this colt's going to work on the next colt. But for the most part, that's about my whole program for the first ride. Following that up in the training, it's going to start the exact same way for the second ride. We're just going to try to move at a little faster pace, and I'm going to try to guide him around quite a bit more. Third ride, I'll still probably saddle him in the arena. And I usually will transition them into a hackamore at that point, or a snaffle, whatever you prefer. And by the 4th or 5th ride, you should be able to go catch your horse and saddle him wherever you like, and you should be good to lead off to go ride. So I think that's about all the time we had. I want to thank everybody for coming and watching. We have another show at 11:30, and we're going to be working on some different stuff. So every show I do today is going to be a little bit different, so hopefully you come to all of them. Thank y'all very much.